Hey, so I'm back again. I wanted to do another quick follow-up on my previous review. This was for some users that had ordered the watch for use on the iPhone, and we're just a little bit upset about the lack of features on the iPhone. So I just wanted to kind of dive in and give a little bit of a review from the standpoint of an iPhone user, just so you know what you're getting into. So let's go ahead and jump in. If you take a look at this, you can see FlowDoc is one of my coworkers. You can see that I have notifications from FlowDoc and a voicemail and phone calls and all these different things that come through on my notification screen. Pretty much anything that goes to the notification center on the iPhone is going to show up on your Nixon, which is pretty cool. I like the feature when I'm in the car. It's nice to look at my wrist and see who texts me, or if I'm in a meeting, or if I'm out on the trail or going for a run. It's really nice to have that. So that's kind of a cool feature. Let's go ahead and dive in. These are the applications that are available via the watch. You have Google Translate is pretty cool. That'll work. So you push this button. Hey, how are you? So it'll do Google Translate, which is kind of nice. You have standard weather app, which is kind of cool. You got your agenda, which is going to pull in your information from Google for your calendar. That's kind of a bummer if you don't use Google Calendar, you're gonna run into some stuff with that. Let's take a look. You got your fitness tracking, which is kind of nice. Flashlight. Google's nice. So this Google will do any sort of search, and it'll also trigger based off of the keyword. So, okay, Google, what's 6 times 12? And so all of those features work. The watch itself has Wi-Fi, so it should work irrespective of the phone, which is kind of nice. If you get into looking for any sort of information, it shows the information on the watch. The one thing it won't do is directions. So let's say I'm looking for something. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Directions to Pita Jungle. So what it'll do is you'll click that and it'll send it to your phone. So it'll send you basically directions or whatever you're searching for directly to your phone. So you can then get information on how to get there. The Android version of this actually shows you on the watch a map and how to get there. So that is kind of a bummer. But again, one of the limitations of working with iOS. It's got a stopwatch. It's got the Mission app, which it's kind of a bummer that it gives you this, hey, you need an Android device. Like they should just kind of remove it from the iOS boot up. And then rounding it out, you got Trace Snow and Trace Surf. I don't have those, but they should work with the iPhone. But ultimately, the iPhone use case for this is limited. You got to know going into it, this is going to be notifications driven. It's going to be allowing you to play music and pause and next track and stuff through here. You can't respond to the notifications from here with the microphone, so that's kind of a bummer. But Nixon has said that they're looking to expand the application, build more applications for it, more iPhone friendly, and then building a Mission app for the iPhone eventually, hopefully. Android Wear 2.0 is actually coming out early next year, so in the next couple of months. That will allow you to load all the Android apps on this natively. So that should give you, and I have an Android phone as well, and I've tested it out. They work flawlessly on the watch. So, my next demonstration will probably be on some of those apps that take advantage of the sensors, which is pretty nice. But I know a lot of users got this and were a little disappointed. A lot of the literature and reviews are geared towards Android users, so they don't really touch on what the experience is like for iPhone users. And I will say, at first, it's a little jarring. It feels like, hey, I spent $400 on this watch and it doesn't do all the stuff I want it to do. But as somebody that's used Apple watches, and I don't really care for them, even though I have most of my stuff is Apple, and I've also used other smartwatches. A lot of the features this has for iPhone really kind of get it right. Notifications and controlling of the things that you can control really It really is a nice feature to have, and beyond that, it's a good looking watch. I mean, it's really well built. It's really nice looking. I mean, it's really stellar. I get compliments on it all the time. You know, there are other watches, out there that cost $300, $400, $500, and they don't do, all they do is tell time. So I think from that perspective, if you know what you're getting into and you're willing to wait and potentially get more features as more technology updates roll out, this is a great watch. If not, I would recommend waiting and seeing how things go. But personally, from my perspective, if you're looking for a watch that can do the features that this can do, can survive the impact and water rating and all the stuff that this can, you just really can't beat it. This is the watch to get. So that's my review, the Nixon Mission on iOS.